Hi guys, it's your boy Noisy Boy here, back with another video. So today I'm going to be reviewing the latest wave of Avatar: The Way of Water McFarlane toys. Now this particular model here that you see in front of me, this is the latest RDA SEAWASP as it's known in the film. So basically it's a massively upgraded, more futuristic version of the RDA Scorpion gunship that we saw in the first film. Now, this particular model got delivered to me yesterday. I bought two of them off Amazon. The film got released on the 16th here in the UK, and I believe all across the world as well. Most parts of the world is going to be the 16th of December, which was a worldwide release. Went and saw it on the 16th. I absolutely loved it. I didn't think that I was going to not love it. I went to the cinema about 20 times to go see the first film. I was a bit of an Avatar nut for me. And for me, when I first saw the very first Avatar, when it came out in 2009, it was kind of what you would imagine our parents would have gone through, if you're obviously of different age group to me, but it's basically what my parents said they went through when they first saw Star Wars: A New Hope for the first time in the cinemas. It was just completely transformative. It was mind-bending, and it was fantastic. It really was a great film. I mean, I loved the follow-up film. I thought James Cameron's absolutely nailed the sequel. Very different feel, very different cinematically, I would say, as well, from the first film, but still absolutely brilliant. A great continuation and the evolution of the story, and also the tech. And without further ado, I'm going to stop waffling on about the film, and I'm going to talk a little bit about this little puppy here. So this is the RDA SEAWASP. It's, as I said, it's a gunship. It's a VTOL gunship. It's got a beautiful design to it. It's got this kind of intermeshing quad rotor that you see here. So effectively, you've got a propeller on the top, and you've also got a propeller on the bottom, and they both spin in opposite directions, and they create, you know, a lot of vortexes, which pushes the aircraft upwards. That's basically what I know. So as you can see, this is the front end profile. I'll get a better shot there. So the wings are canted downwards. They're probably at a 3 or 4 degree canted downwards, because this ship, if you will, this VTOL craft is actually designed to skim along the water. So imagine this table here being the water or the surface of the sea. What this is designed to do is to hover efficiently using its quad rotors, which are, as you can see, are all intermeshed there. They're coaxial effectively. But what it's also designed to do is to basically skim across the water using the ground effect. And those canted wings, if you imagine this being the surface of the water and these wings being canted downward, that would essentially help trap air here and also here, and it would create a bouncy cushion of air that would take longer to spill up and out over the edges of these wingtips. And effectively, that's kind of how US Navy aircraft carriers work. The aircraft that come to the carriers when they land on deck, if you look at an F-18 and a Dassault Rafale, if you're into your aircraft like I am, you will notice that the wings are canted downward. And the reason why they do that is to create extra lift as it comes closer to the surface, to the deck of the aircraft carrier, effectively creating a bouncy cushion. So as the aircraft comes in, it goes, and it effectively bounces on this cushion of air. It doesn't quite literally bounce, but it helps. You know, I'm just doing this to help give you guys an understanding of how that would physically work in the real world. But talking about the model, I absolutely love it. I think the design is incredibly sleek. I love the angles. I love this kind of integrated blended wing design here, where the rotors fill in and they spin, you know, they spin pretty freely. You know, they're not going to obviously spin forever, guys. You know, this is just a toy at the end of the day. The thing I do love is the intermeshing rotors. Now, one thing that is bugging me a little bit about the design, and sorry, not the design as such, but also McFarlane's particular range, their new wave of models. I do have the RDA Scorpion. I've got 2 of the Scorpions as well. And for some reason, I don't understand why McFarlane have done this. It's probably just to save costs, I imagine, and also complexity in the design. But what they've done is they've taken away the top rotors here. Now, on in the film, if you go and see the film, there's a rotor on top, and there's also a rotor directly underneath there as well. So they're a coaxial rotor design. Now, they've also got the same on this upper one. So basically, as the rotors spin, they intermesh with one another. They don't touch one another, but they intermesh. Anyway, they've decided on this particular model to get rid of one from each circle and another from that one as well. Again, I don't understand why they've done that, because it basically is removing an entire set of blades that help the aircraft lift. And obviously, from an aesthetic point of view, it's not quite exactly the same as the film. However, you know, it's not the end of the world, but it is a little gripe of mine, which I have with the Scorpion gunship as well. But as you can see, there's a little... To make up for it, though, McFarlane have been doing, you know, they have been putting in this little figurine inside the cockpit, a little pilot. Now, the cockpit is... It's sealed. You can't actually open that. And the figurine comes with it as well. Now, when you buy this particular model, there is a little bit of assembly required. The only bit is this half tail here. So this tail, you just stick in and it clips and locks in. I don't think you can take it out. Well, if you can, it's going to take a little bit of removing because it locks straight in there. But as you can see, the model itself is, yeah, it's an absolutely brilliant model. I'm not going to lie. I do love it. I think the colour, the aesthetics, you know, I would say 8, 9 out of 10 in terms of the way it looks compared to the film. The only thing that I wish it did have was these intermeshing rotors. I wish it had the undersides or the corresponding blades that came with it in the film. But there you go. Hopefully McFarlane will do another wave and they might release a version 2, which might have that. I doubt it, but we can all hope, can't we? Anyway, guys, I thought I'd do a short video showing you this model. Again, it's a very short video. I'm not going to go into too much detail about the packaging. The packaging is pretty standard. You can go on Google and you can look at the packaging if you want to. But this video is not about the packaging. This video is about the design, the look, and I would say what the designers were trying to do when they were basing it off real world, you know, aircraft. And to me, I would say it very much resembles a mixture of the F-22 Raptor, the US F-22 Raptor, which is an amazing aircraft, but also the F-35 Lightning II, particularly the B version, which is the VTOL version. So the idea being is that these fans, these rotors would spin and it would lift the aircraft up and it would be able to skim across the water, but it would also be able to travel quite far in forward flight. Now, aerodynamically, this design would not really work here on Earth in the real world because it's got too many sharp edges. I mean, it would definitely fly. There's no doubt about that. You can get a square ball to fly these days, or you can get yourself a table to fly if you put enough computer programming into it. However, the design, as much as I love it, it is slightly aerodynamically unstable. Let's put it that way. And the reason why perhaps the design is that way is to make it very agile, very much like modern day fighter jets. However, they do say in the books, because I've been reading some of the concept art of this, the designers also wanted to give it a pusher propulsion. Now, what that means is these exhaust fins out the back here. I don't know if you can see those properly. I'll see if I can zoom in. So they're just painted. They kind of got like a golden, yellowy tipped edge just to give it that Avatar 2 aesthetic. However, in the books, they do say that not only do these engines, I'm presuming some form of futuristic, very advanced turbojet engines that would be housed somewhere in the central core here, not only do they spin the turbines, but they also provide rearward thrust, just like a jet engine would. And the idea being is that not only can this SEAWASP hover, or can it skim along the ground like that using the, as we discussed earlier, using the ground effect, but it can also push itself forward, and it does have little wings here. And these wings, or winglets should I say, are designed to generate a little bit of lift in forward flight. Obviously in vertical flight, when it's just hovering like that, the only thing that's keeping this thing up in the air is the rotor blades and not the winglets. So the winglets would actually produce an aerodynamic effect. They would produce lift as it's flying forward. All right. So that's pretty much my take on the design of the aircraft. I mean, I love it. I think it's absolutely fantastic. It looks like a futuristic batwing. It's something that you know, Batman would probably use. But yeah, for me, I love it. Absolutely love it. I'm glad I've bought 2 of these. You can pick these up at the moment on Amazon here in the UK. And I know that they've been released in the US prior to being released here for a few weeks. However, I picked these 2 up for about £21 each. So it was about £46, including postage and packaging, I think it was. Yeah, I'm very happy with them. Like I say, very, very happy. And what I will be doing is doing an unboxing of some of the other Avatar models that I have in my studio downstairs, where I haven't even opened them yet, guys. So I will be doing an in-depth review on that. And yeah, can't wait to do it for the next one. But listen, thanks for tuning in, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments section below what you guys think. Please, to support me and my new channel, I'm transitioning away from sort of gaming and doing more review, tech review, movie review, but I will be doing gaming as well. So I might set up a second channel for that. Not too sure. But, you know, I'd really appreciate the support. If you'd like to subscribe to my channel, hit the bell icon, and you will be notified in the next few days when I do another video similar to this. Okay? But thanks ever so much, guys. Stay cool. Don't freeze. Noisy Boy out.